Previously on Trails through Daybreak 2, the party learned that a shady MPO convinced a bunch of migrant workers to quit their jobs in order to find new work. They asked Toa for advice, who was coincidentally also looking into the fraudulent NPO. The party then followed the NPO to the highway and freed the migrants from the Dollar family's clutches. However, Toa and Crow continued looking into whoever was behind the operation. Welcome back, Inspector Daswani. Are you in the middle of an investigation? Well, I wouldn't call it an investigation per se. I just got a bad feeling lately, like something big's coming. I figure it might be a good idea to patrol around the town for some information, just in case, you know? I'm sure that must seem pretty old-fashioned to you young folks, who doesn't are investigating by foot anymore. Of course we don't think that. We're just in awe of how thorough you are, Inspector Daswani. I mean, all of our colleagues look up to you. Yeah, they really do. Stoic investigating, swift situation assessment. There's so much you teach us. Well, I suppose it's rather nice to know my juniors are paying attention, but anyway, if anything happens, just be sure to contact me. Oh wow, how is he always so cool? Yeah, no kidding, much better than Nate. Come to think of it, Nate's head has been in the clouds instead of his work lately, almost as if something is weighing on him. Yeah, I think, didn't he stand up, he stood up his girlfriend, right? I'm not about to insinuate myself into his private life, but the sooner he gets back on solid ground, the better. Leave it to Inspector Daswani to use old tricks to break new ground. He might not look it, but we younger officers know full well what a compassionate soul he can be. I mean, the man's got Nate for a direct subordinate. The fact that he hasn't given up on him says it all. A lot of our newer officers either shrink in fear at Inspector Daswani or write him off as a relic of the past. But his track record speaks for itself. The man climbed his way up the ladder one rung at a time. If anything, we should be tipping our caps to him. You remember that idol duo that started up last year? I hear they've been scrambling all over the place doing live concert after live concert. So I just my luck they'd stop performing at the concert hall right when I decided to go see them. Oh well, I'm sure I'll get another chance at the Trion Mall or some other venue. Hermes Academy is holding its school festival soon, aren't they? Maybe I should attend. I've been thinking of going to one of their events for a while anyway. Oh, that just gave me an idea. I can invite Kirk to come with me. I'm hoping I'll be able to give him a chance to get a look at what he's missing out on. Kirk wouldn't look out of place either if he enrolled into high school. He's at the right age, more or less. My dad's the one pushing for him to further his education, though. Me, I think it'd be fine if he joined the workforce. But apparently neither of them are his thing. All he does now is play basketball on the street. At this point, I'm just looking for a way to spur him into taking his future seriously. It's a shame Lolo is at Sunday school right now. His father just called with the most wonderful news. Salif's busy season at work is over, you see. He'll be back at home with us for a while starting tomorrow. Up until now, it had been one business trip after another to the point where he was away more often than not. Lolo will be bouncing off the walls with joy when he hears about this. Thinking back, I've been growing a lot closer to the people in our neighborhood lately. I happened to bump into one of them during a shopping trip, so I tried taking a page out of Lolo's book and struck up a conversation. Next I knew, we were friends, and from there, she introduced me to some other fellow housewives. Now I look forward to socializing with them. Once my husband is around again, I'll have no reason to feel lonesome anymore. Well, it's been remodeled a number of times over the years. Macmillan Cafe has stood in this spot for over a century. In fact, its historical value in particular is what draws some of our patrons to visit. Naturally, owning such an establishment can be a heavy burden to bear. The pride it confers far outweighs the pressure. I plan to keep it running well into the future, ideally in a way that lives up to its storied past and previous owners.
Welcome! Thank you for
Macmillan Mix.
Please stop by again!
Welcome, we're holding a meet and greet for Mr. Aslan here today. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision made in response to his newfound popularity. Our usual venue for this sort of thing is currently unavailable, however, so the owner of Macmillan Cafe kindly agreed to lend us this terrace. We're very grateful to him, as is Mr. Aslan, of course. So tell me, Aslan, what are your thoughts heading into this final race? Well, needless to say, I plan to do my level best, but really, this is about more than just winning. It's about pushing myself and my car to the limit. No matter what, I won't give up until I cross that finish line. That's how I plan to pay my respects, to the fans, to my mechanics, and to my fellow racer and esteemed rival, Maxim Lugon. I see, thank you for your time. And might I say, your integrity and passion for this sport really shines through. I can only hope I manage to get them across to our readers. Wow, Aslan really is an incredible guy. Between his handsome face and his skills behind the wheel, it's no wonder he's the hot new thing. Almost makes me feel like I don't even deserve to interview him. Oh, excuse me, I've been a fan ever since your debut, Aslan. I've seen all your races, working to overcome your meager beginnings, being out all the hours with only half the sponsors. And when you were finally picked up by Ingert, that was just the push you needed to make it to Z1. It's been so inspiring to watch you climb the ranks, Aslan. You're my hero. Wow, you really know your stuff, huh? Thanks for standing by me for so long. I'd never be where I am today without support like yours. Oh wow, anything for you, Aslan. Everyone's saying you have a real chance at snatching away Maxim's for victory. Whatever happens, we'll always be there to cheer you on. Well, thanks very much. I appreciate it. You know, I've been striving to match Maxim's skill ever since I saw him race Z1 for the first time. And tomorrow I'll finally be able to measure myself against the best of the best. I think I've seen this guy somewhere before. Was it in the papers? That's Aslan. He's a Z1 racer like Maxim. Said to be the Red Comet's new rival, actually. Even though he's still pretty young, he's apparently beat out all the top racers. Heard he's worked pretty hard to do it, too. A serious yet refreshing personality, and I'm sure it doesn't hurt that he's kind of a pretty boy. No wonder he's all the craze lately. Can't be any more disappointing than that other racer we know. Every single race between Aslan and Maxim so far has been a total nail-biter. Tomorrow's the last one of the season, and I'm Team Aslan away. Oh, he's just too cool, like freezing bucket of ice water cool. Sure, Maxim is hot, but Aslan stops him in that category too. It's nice getting a chance to hear from my fans. Knowing that all of them are counting on me to deliver helps sharpen my focus. I'm going to give it everything I've got tomorrow, for my sake and theirs. Attention everyone, I'll be handing out numbered tickets, so if you could please form an orderly line.
The curtain unfolds on an all-new adventure.
Oh, you never get any less adorable, Kageyoshi. You know, the owner told me a few things about you. He said you're a regular kitty detective who can pick out bad guys and see trouble coming in large way. Is that true? What am I asking? Of course he can't. Rumor has it that anti-immigration terrorists are on the move again. There's no reason to doubt it either, from what I hear. It's hard to picture them pulling off anything major, though, now that they've lost their funding from Orasian. Then again, you never know what people like that are capable of once they're driven into a corner.
Indeed.
Maybe they can get a partnership with an energy drink company. Speaking of anti-immigration terrorists, the True Grievance Brigade was a real force to be reckoned with back in the day. They used gunships during their attack on the trade conference, as well as these autonomous weapons they got off the black market.
Well?
The recent surge in T-phone usage has made it easier than ever to analyze the trends via the oral net. Not only that, it promises to be a valuable tool for scouting new talent. Take, for example, the numerous young women posting photogenic selfies in which they model their own fashions. Every so often, you'll have a hidden gem among them who shines exceptionally bright. Come to think of it, don't you have some kind of dream, Marilyn? You know, like becoming an actress or an idol? They're pretty competitive industries, but I can't imagine you'd have much trouble fitting in. You're always up to date on all the latest trends. Yeah, no kidding, and you've got so many connections too. I mean, weren't you the one that introduced me to Shakar? And that's not to mention how pretty you are. You'd be a real top seller in no time. While I appreciate all the flattery, I'm not really super keen on joining the entertainment world. Besides, I have something else lined up for me. Mysterious as ever, Marilyn. She sure does have plenty of mirror glow. Maybe she's living it up in the shadows. This isn't even scratching the surface of the many mysteries of Marilyn. The biggest one in my book is why she seems to have in for me all the time. To be honest, I've always seen Marilyn as a closed book. It'd be nice if she opened up to me more, but I still consider us besties anyway, so it's whatever. There's no need to worry for my sake. I've already found my life's calling, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Hello there, Albert. Anya's. So the business you mentioned having to take care of this afternoon really was your part-time job. Speaking of which, I completely forgot that I was scheduled for a shift today. I wound up having to cancel my appointment with Odette at the last minute. Oh, Albert, don't go overexerting yourself if you're tired, alright? That's a funny thing to say given how much harder you've been working, Anya's. You seem to be managing pretty well for yourself, though, so don't harp on it. Well, if it's rest and relaxation you need, there's nothing more refreshing than a trip to the sauna. That sounds pretty tempting, actually. Hold on, since when did you have a stake in this conversation? Now. How could I let my work schedule just slip my mind like that? So I clearly am in need of a good long break. Now, where's the newest Bravely Legends volume? Oh, there we are. That's an instant buy for me. I'll admit, my eyes would often wander over to this section while searching for work-related materials. But these days, I can save time looking up resources and gathering information on my T-phone. That gives me the freedom to enjoy my favorite comics out in the open. Speaking of Bravely Legends, last week's chapter featured a stark deviation from its usual material. Weaving in elements of Underworld's wheeling and dealing into the plot was both fresh and captivating, no doubt. But it did come as a surprise seeing Jay Segal draw on that topic in particular. I have to wonder what spurred it on. One secret to our popularity is that we always strive to keep our customers engaged. That includes doing fairs and collaborations on a regular basis in order to keep ourselves relevant. Last year we had a tie-in with the film festival and set up a booth at the Revolution Festival. And if all goes well, we'll be holding yet another different event here tomorrow.
Oh, please take as much time
Soul
as you
Chef
need.
World from Solaris. So you've heard about the supposed entertainment maestro, right? It's some guy who's involved in producing all these super successful movies and events, but he's never shown himself in public. Yeah, everyone I know is talking about it. Can't really tell how much of it's true though. I wonder who he is. Everyone on the net's just talking shit, taking shots in the dark. Well, the guy's gotta be pretty experienced, yeah? But man, it's crazy that he's produced so many genres. Calling him just a genius would be putting it lightly. I'm not saying I believe them, but this sort of rumor always sparks up some real crackpot theories. Especially when it comes to anonymous legends. The message boards go off the deep end trying to piece together their identities. I've even seen some people say Entertainment Maestro is actually the president in disguise. That's just for starters. Probably Dominique. Rumors like these tend to lose their luster once the veil of intrigue gets taken off. But still, hearing about a maestro who actually has something to show for it really makes you wonder who they might be. I think Azelfish. Hey Kelhan, where have you been this whole time? You could have at least told us where you were going. I was practically holding on by a thread without you. Oh, I didn't really go anywhere. Just had a few errands to deal with, you know? Sorry you had to cover for me. Oh, come on. Do you really think I'd fall for such an obvious lie? It's not like I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, if it was some top secret mission, just say so. Otherwise, spill the beans, Kelhan. Sigh. Fine, I went to a martial arts training camp, alright? She doesn't need to know I was there as a spy, though. Kelhan's really gotta learn how to trust me more. I already know about his big secret, and even if I didn't, we're still coworkers. Apologies, I've said too much. My lips are sealed as far as Heiwei is concerned.
May I help you?
Red Dragon Mapo Tofu. Well, look who it is. Been a while since Arkwright Solutions had a company get-together here. I heard about your escapades in Longport, as well as your run with Sao a few days afterward. So you already know what went down on Nemeth. Doesn't sound like it stopped you from taking a backseat, though. I got an overview of what the Lee family's deal is. Were there any updates on that front? Well, nothing has changed in any major way. Essentially, all is going according to Sal's designs. The Liu family still has quite a bit of work, though. A bit to work through, however, so I doubt it'll be smooth sailing. Everybody's dancing in the palm of that asshole's hand then, huh? Pisses me off like you wouldn't believe. Guess that means we'd better keep our eyes open for any more activity from Heiwei. Ideally, we won't get dragged into it ourselves, but let's be ready to pivot just in case. At this point, Heiwei's current turmoil doesn't allow for any of us to take a backseat, as you so put it. Just be sure to watch yourselves out there. I wonder if Aaron will actually accept the tyrant's power in order to defeat the Lee family.
This is possible.
Yeah. Maybe if he had accepted Gian's offer to become the tyrant, maybe he could have prevented the infighting before it got out of hand. Who knows? I feel like that's what Gaolong was trying to accuse him of not taking the initiative and letting all this happen because he was indecisive.
Cuisine is delicious.
Well, if it isn't Van, fancy meeting you here. I'm glad to see you're all doing well. Oh hey, Gotti, Lamb. You two going over plans for that big collab you mentioned? Got it in one, Van. We've actually just about finished filming for it too. All that's left is a little fine-tuning and drawing up a layout for the final scene. We managed to work out most of our plans before filming, but Gotti and I couldn't help adding a few additions. There are quite a few surprises in this one. I believe the ending will be even more provocative than either of us expected. Sounds like you two are pretty fired up about this. I can't wait to see it in the theaters. Well, you've all done your fair share in helping us both, so we're planning on inviting you to the initial screening. Just you wait, kiddos. There'll be one for the history books. Thank you once again for your assistance on Nemeth Island. It was a tense few days, but that's only made it all the more memorable, for better or worse. Perhaps that's also why my last meeting with Director Gotti feels like such a distant memory. At any rate, I look forward to bouncing ideas off one another. It's always a joy to see a project take shape. Oh yeah, Aramis Academy's holding their school festival in April, aren't they? Production should reach a good stopping point by then. Maybe we'll swing by and see what kind of passion those kids can drum up. Are you aware that former President Rocksmith is currently abroad? Now what could someone who has withdrawn from the political world be hoping to achieve in another country? If he failed to provide an explanation, then it could be taken as an international visit under the pretext of a tour of inspection. Or perhaps despite drawing a line in the sand, he's still maintaining diplomatic relations with foreign powers. Now on to the assignments for the political debate and corresponding interviews 2 days from now. We'll have Langdon handle President Gramhard and his party. Marielle can accompany him. Her sense of justice can make her a bit hasty, but we can't deny the experience she's managed to accrue. At this point, I think we can trust her to cut to the hard-hitting questions without crossing the line. Marielle's still plugging away with her independent investigation. She seemed kind of harried about it too. Dingo said the bar she wanted to reach. Now that he's gone, she probably isn't sure what to make of herself anymore. If you ask me though, Marielle's already developed a distinctive reporting style. Her doubts never stop her from moving forward. I'll go a long way toward reaching her goals. Mr. Langdon never changes though. He was always brown-nosing President Rocksmith to curry favor during the previous administration. Now he's probably going to spend the debate finding out all over President Gramhard and the current party in power instead. We'll just have to bank on Marielle for a fair and unbiased article. The wait for our new spring medley special is finally over. Come and get it while it's cold. One bite will fill your mouth with a flavor explosion of pulpy spring fruits and fragrant spring flowers. It started out gaining traction bit by bit, but getting featured in the Tyrell Times gave it a real boost. Ice cream truly is a thing of endless possibilities. Whipping up new creations like these really drives that point home.
What can I get for you?
26 CP.
Thanks for shopping.
Some popcorn?
Esprit Cinema reopened without a hitch, and I couldn't be happier. There's just no room in my heart for any other theater. I can feel excitement rising already. This is the place that made me fall in love with movies as a kid, after all. It means the world to me.
Hi there.
Blue popcorn, blueberry. Home away from home at last. This theater is just so much more comfortable to me. The one over at Trion Mall has an acceptable lineup, but so long as you can stomach the way they've styled the place. But they just can't beat the good old-fashioned feel of Esprit, or their expertly curated selection. What's more, it's close to where I live. Movie-going in a familiar environment is the best and only way for me. They mentioned rehauling their sound system, and sure enough, it's easier to pick out the finer details in the audio. My ears have gone bad with age, so it's a real treat being able to hear the music and effects so crisply and cleanly.
Thank you for your
As their senses deteriorate, it gets harder to notice changes in the score, and if a song features vocals, good luck making out the lyrics.
Screen 2 will soon begin.
Esprit Cinema is once again open for business. Your patience has been much appreciated. The renovations were a time-consuming affair, but such is the fate of a vintage structure like ours. It did give me a new appreciation for this building's history, which stretches back to the very dawn of movie-making itself. At any rate, we are now able to provide a more comfortable experience to our guests. I hope you'll continue to make us your theater of choice.
Well,
Why not buy a souvenir?
Incidentally, when you watch a movie, are you aware of the name and style of the studio that produced it? Here in Calvert, there are currently 4 companies that dominate this industry: Vegas Films, Calhoun Pictures, United Star, and Orion Films. Each one has its own unique flair that characterizes the works it puts out. Attempting to identify these tendencies through the films that are playing can be quite enjoyable, I find.
Is showing on screen 1?
And it feels like I haven't been here in forever, and it's not even like it was closed for that long. It's fine though. According to the listings, Esprit's going to be playing movies that aren't showing at the other theater too.
Buy a souvenir.
It's kind of annoying how far the mall is from my house, but I don't mind going to either depending on what I'm up for.
So...
I'm gonna watch the Saga of Ravana today, in case you're wondering. People are saying it's so flashy it hurts. This is my first time seeing a movie that the studio from Elstein worked on. I wonder how it'll be.
Visit today.
Welcome to Esprit Cinema's grand reopening. Your patience has been greatly appreciated. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by our audio and air conditioning equipment renovations. But on the bright side, we're now able to provide an even better movie watching experience to our guests. We hope you'll take the time to enjoy it with us.
Remember your visit.
By the way, about the movies we have displayed on the banners out front. I'm afraid our theater will only be screening them at limited showtimes. My apologies in advance. I hear they're always playing at the Orbital Multiplex over at the Trion Mall, though. Okay. What is playing? Casablanca, Saga of Ravana, The Return of King. How many are in your party?
You have a ticket? Please proceed.
I cannot choose everyone. I really would want to pick Resed and Catra since I didn't do their event last time. Oh well. Just go with Resed and Judith then. That's 3 tickets for a Saga of Ravana Return of the King. Your total will be 600 Mira. Van decided to let everyone loose so he could watch a movie during his work break. After inviting some company to tag along with him, they made their way to the theater. Long ago in the Central East, there lived a cruel, heartless king named Valen who sat upon the throne of an ancient kingdom. He laid heavy taxes on the people, and all who opposed him were met with the executioner's blade. He ruled his kingdom with an iron fist. Around the same time, a hardy country boy named Sinhu met a warrior by the name of Kiara, who managed to escape from the capital. She was Valen's half-sister, and when she informed Sindhu of Valen's decease, he knew he could stand by the wayside no longer. After bidding farewell to his adoptive parents who raised him after he was abandoned, he set out for the capital together with Kiara. Along the way, the pair crossed paths with an old knight who seceded from the royal army. From him, Sindhu learned a truth of his past. He was a legitimate successor to the throne, and Valen stole his rightful place as king. After his birth, he was nearly assassinated over his claim to the kingdom, but was able to escape with the help of his nanny. Armed with the determination to reclaim the throne, Sindhu returned to the capital at long last. As the royal army laid eyes on the gallant swordsman on horseback, they saw Sindhu as the physical manifestation of Ravana, a mythical god.
Let those who have ears hear my words, and those who have eyes behold my face. My name is Sindhu, true heir to the throne.
If you do not wish to perish, we beseech you, clear the way.
My king, the front lines have been breached.
Worry not. What can this rabble hope to accomplish? 17 years ago, that boy escaped the hand of fate. But one can only outrun it for so long.
You disgust me. To think that I share a bloodline with such a vile monster. That won't hold true after today, because your life ends here!
A pathetic delusion for a pathetic traitor. The gallows are much too merciful an end for one such as you. I shall send you to the great beyond with my own hands!
A man's character is determined by what he chooses to protect. You chose poorly, Valen. And that choice will be your undoing.
This entire movie reads like a Fire Emblem game. I believe they made use of one of Elsime's epic poems as the motif for the movie. Seeing how well put together this production was makes one wonder how much the film industry will grow in Elsime from here. I heard a lot of different companies from there played a big hand in the making of this movie, even though Vegas Films was the lead producer. Oh, I see. That would certainly explain the high production values. I wonder why the theater in Trion Mall isn't showing the movie. Well, Val's Investment Bank is the Trion Mall's biggest sponsor, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. It's so much better watching a movie like this on the big screen, don't you think? Especially after all the hard work Sarah put in while they were filming. I can believe it. This is a tough genre for your first big role. For sure, not only did she have to nail all those emotional line reads, she had to learn how to sword fight and ride a horse too. Yeah, Sarah and Shahina both gone to the film industry, huh? The pressure was on, so she asked me for some pointers. That's why I did some one-on-one practice sessions with her. Looks like all her hard work paid off. I'm so happy for her. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Yes, please. Okay, only 25. It's not much. I didn't get a chance to go to Longport's Lunar New Year Festival this year. See, that's where Red Star shows off their Dragon Chariot. The last time I saw it was forever ago. It was actually the only time I saw it too. Man, I really wish I could go again. But they probably already sold it at auction. You know, the final race of Z1 is happening tomorrow. Time's flown by pretty quickly, huh? It's already been a full year since last year's finals. I almost can't believe it. Everyone was neck and neck in the last one. I hope this year is just as exciting. Come to think of it, when they mistakenly arrested Vice President Pon the other day, I listened to some reports from the local police, and it sounds like there were a lot of complex issues surrounding the situation. At any rate, Longport serves as the base of the Eastern Syndicate Highway. The shadows run deep there. The Fixers, huh? It's been a while since I've seen Arkwright at the wheel. I heard you were involved with the events that happened over in Musseldam and Longport. You know, I appreciate what you've done for us in the past, but you should refrain from throwing yourself into every situation you come across. Whenever something big happens, you need to inform your local law enforcement. Alright. We'll let you deal with things the proper way from now on. The CID managed to secure a member of the anti-immigrant terrorists not too long ago. We anticipate there to be an increase in their activity, so we've been trying to gather more information on them. We're asking citizens to share any information they have on suspicious individuals, objects, or potential propaganda. We've yet to find any leads, however. Seriously, what is the pipeline to these anti-immigration terrorists anyways? Compared to last year, there's been a pretty big decrease in Mafia-related fraud. However, with the introduction of the T-Phone, we've been getting more reports about or-mail spam net scams. It's a completely different type of crime, but thankfully there are a few things the police can do about it. As long as people report to us, we'll do everything we can to handle it. Getting reports via or-mail has become more commonplace nowadays. Naturally, our client companies are doing the same. They're all starting to implement the T-Phone into their business practices. However, many of them seem to still be at a loss on how to use them. Thankfully, our company has been using T-Phones for a while now. We're actually some of their first testers. We should be able to teach our clients a thing or two on how to make the most of them. The airline brand is incredible. Not only do they keep up to date with the current trends, but the quality of the material means it lasts forever. And that's not even to mention how impressive Mora is. Styling customers is like her sixth sense. I need to become a staff member that the airline name can be proud of. That one fast fashion shop at the Trion Mall has grown quite popular lately. Thanks to mass production, they're able to sell stylish clothing for low prices. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. However, as someone who finds clothing durability and individuality more appealing, I'd rather shop at other brands. The important thing is to shop wherever suits your needs best. That's the key to understanding fashion. I hope you'll continue to support our brand in the future. If you have any questions about styling options, please don't hesitate to ask. We'll be sure to help you to the best of our ability. You know, I got permission to do business, but only on the back streets. Honestly, I wasn't so sure how I'd start bringing in customers. But before I knew it, people were lining up for my stand, like the street basketball kids, some of the former delinquents. It's been pretty surprising. I actually made a pretty decent profit today. If this keeps up, I'll even have some good news for Brazelia. See, I've caused her a lot of worry, and I just want to show her I can stand on my own. Hey, wait, you wrote that letter, didn't you? Yeah, it was me alright. If I'd get one over on you and Ronald for all that bullying you did. What, figure you tried beating me up again? No, I actually wanted to apologize. Huh? I know it's too little too late, but don't worry about forgiving me either. I just felt kind of bad that you went through all the trouble over something so stupid too. It's not stupid, believe it or not, James, I will get my revenge. Sure, I'll give you the chance. How about we play a 1-on-1? You want to play basketball? Why would that solve anything? James, it's just like what Sasha did. Looks like a bunch of teenage angst, honestly. Why do I have to play basketball with someone who bullied me? Well, I'll just go ahead and give myself a handicap. Make sure to give me a good beating, alright? Is it really okay for the perpetrator to decide how to reconcile? Stop pushing yourself so hard. You're gonna end up in the hospital at this rate. It's just a little scratch. Besides, injuries are like battle scars. They're proof of all my hard... Ow! That's what you get for acting all tough. You know, if you really get hurt, they might just make you sit out for the match. Surely you're okay with that. Yeah, didn't that one basketball club guy suffer an injury, and his girlfriend tried to interfere with the club in order to keep him from playing? All you ever do is nag, Frala. Seriously, you're just like my sister. Oh yeah, I forgot you had a sister. Think I should ask her to hang out sometime? I wonder what having a family's like. I mean, it's not like it's anything special. Wait, you're just trying to throw me off my game. I heard Frala doesn't have any siblings, and her parents aren't around either. Yet she's always putting other people's concerns over her own. Is helping other people really such a good thing? Herc's not really the upfront with my feelings kind of guy, but he's at least trying now. Though it would definitely be better for him and for everyone if he just opened up and speak his mind. If I was a stubborn ox and kept all my feelings locked up tight, I never would have been able to meet all the guys here. And because I took a step forward, I found the place where I belong. No regrets. Okay, talk. It's kind of weird to see Eddie riding a stall here. Well, as long as he's holding up okay after what happened, he can do whatever he wants. I just bought some roasted chestnuts for him, and then he and I did a little bit of chatting. It's thanks to him that Thrall is alive and well. I've thanked him like 1,000 times at this point. Anyhow, he still isn't being completely open with me about all that's going on with him. He might have cut ties with those delinquents, but I'm wondering if he's fully let go. Well, this is where having friends who care can be handy. I'm gonna try and help him however I can. Lately, Eddie looks like he's been worried sick. I wonder if it's about his friends from that gangster crew he was kind of involved in. This is just a hunch, but I think he wants to help them change for the better. I know, maybe I can get them to join the team. Our crew has all kinds of wild punks, so hey, what's one or two more? If Eddie wants my help, I'll give it to him. We basketball brothers always have each other's backs.
So cool.
Alright.
Okay, Force BG Bounty in the Waterworks. Oh, it's you guys. Look, I'm off today, so just leave me alone. Eureka, dude, have you been drinking again already? Well, wouldn't you be drinking if you got dumped by your girl? You know, we argued on and off last year, but our relationship kept pretty steady. But then I went and forgot all about our date. I was just really focused on my investigation for once. Of course I went to apologize, but it doesn't look like she's gonna forgive me this time. Why does this always happen? Sounds like adults have it pretty rough, huh? Now that I really get it. The guy probably can't keep a girlfriend because he's so shallow all the time. So now I'm back to being a bachelor. Why doesn't anything ever go my way? Inspector Deswine is amazing, isn't he? I mean, he's even got a wife and kid. I had trouble getting quality soba flour after what happened to Cray Village. But thankfully, my sources in Longley have stabilized, so at least for the near future, I won't be raising my prices. Even though it's getting harder and harder to get ingredients for Eastern cuisine lately. I want to make soba for as long as I can. See, my stall's a place that people can depend on in the hard times. So I can't go close and shop anytime soon. I won't let them down.
Hey, welcome!
Mushroom Ankake Soba. Oh, wait, these two cannot be picked this time, even though we were able to pick unavailable party members last chapter. That's so inconsistent. Huh.
Why you might think that. However,
Miss Rosalia is currently out of the moment. I do think the girl has matured recently. You see, the president was supposed to return home today. Miss Rosalia was rather looking forward to the meal. However, due to an unexpected emergency, he had to make a change in his schedule. If this were last year, she'd have spent the day sulking in a room. But this time around, the young lady seems to be taking it in stride. In fact, she even claimed to be proud of her father's work ethic. So I don't think I'm quite ready for a meeting yet, but I need to get things solved as soon as possible. You see, I'll be having a talk with the Eurasian Trust Bank soon, although my track record with them in the past hasn't been so great. But considering the public's faith in banks plummeted last year, they'll have to take a chance on me. I will get that money, even if I have to force my way into a better financing. Manager Rumsfeld is out escorting Miss Rosalia on a tour of the capital today. Normally the duty of escorting Miss Rosalia outside falls to me. But Manager Rumsfeld told me he'd prefer to go himself, so I've just been protecting the hotel in his absence. Well, I'm sure the young miss would be more comfortable with Manager Rumsfeld anyway. You see, the young miss still finds me a bit scary. Not that it matters. At the end of the day, I just need to make sure she's safe. Her being uncomfortable around me doesn't make me sour or anything. It's just part of the job, you know? Alright, and it sounds like the program should be proceed as planned. Was there anything else we wanted to go over now? I think you've just about covered everything. Honestly, I'm very impressed with your performance so far, Toa. We might even have the chance to end the conference earlier than expected. Well, all the materials Princess Zeta gave me were so thorough after all, I couldn't have done it without her. I'm glad to hear that, Miss Toa. Oh, is that Arkwright Solutions I see? It's certainly been a while. We haven't seen each other since Nemeth Island, no? Have you learned anything new recently? Now, we're still hunting for clues at the moment. We've been pounding the pavement in the meantime. By the way, why are you here, Miss Toa? Are you working on something with Prince Shreed? Hello, Anya's Van. It's nice to see you two again. I'd like to thank you both once more for your assistance with that for SPG. As a member of the ICO, it wasn't something I could simply ignore. I'm glad we were there to aid one another. You mean to say you worked on a job together recently? Remind me to ask you about the full details later, when we have more time perhaps. By the way, were you all discussing the upcoming International Synopsium's political debate earlier? That's right, now the tensions have managed to ease up a bit, I feel it's a prime opportunity to lay the groundwork for building future relations. Elsheim simply strives to aid its neighboring fellows. We'd like to forge a more peaceful environment going forward. As such, we've been supporting Miss Herschel and making plans for talking points. So this is all about creating a positive rhetoric over neighboring countries, huh? May seem a bit like a far future, but we're making pretty good strides in getting there. Yes, I believe so too. That's a pretty big undertaking, but it's for the future of Calvert. Speaking with Miss Toa has taught me so much. She's quite impressive. By the way, I can't help being worried about these substitutes of yours. Well, I'm sure you'll have no problem finding them. You've dealt with much worse in the past, no? This Garden Master character that's popped up recently seems to be quite dangerous, and that's not even to mention an Oathbreaker. There is very little information available on them, if any, but I'll be sure to update you if we find something. Thank you. So I heard we have you to thank for marking Swin and Nadia down for a temporary leave of absence. Yes, I know they were listed as short-term foreign exchange students, but I didn't want this to be the end for them. I figured if they come back, they'd like to continue with their school life. I agree. Those two have overcome a lot in their lives, and I want to believe they'll be able to overcome this as well. They've spent so long relying on only each other, they don't even consider leaning on the people around them. But even so, they took a chance to depend on you, Mr. Arkwright, isn't that right? Well, that's... Help them, please. Miss Toa. Don't worry, we'll bring them back. You can count on it. I'm grateful that what happened at Nemeth Island didn't end in tragedy. If there was even one misstep, there's no telling what could have gone wrong. Going forward, we must act with the utmost vigilance in regard to the Thousand Oathbreaker. Are you here for something? Please allow me to assist you. Manager Rumstall is currently accompanying Miss Berzelia to Trion Tower. They should be returning shortly. Fight. Okay, good. They actually do give you a save point. Okay, fearsome foe.
Deploying shards.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Okay.
Make it count!
Here goes.
Coin bullets to hit you both.
Activating shield.
Take this.
We'll win. Initiating drive in there.
Cipher activate.
Got your number.
Perfect chance.
Flaming prayer.
Make it count!
Flames give us strength.
That can cause instant death and hits everyone. Real fair.
Transmitting code. Activate!
Yeah.
My move now.
Okay.
We should go on the attack. Certain arts will work better.
Not getting away. Blast off!
First gain.
Here goes.
Vandalize ready to hit both.
Give them your all.
Time for the main event. Vandalize! Rain!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked. Perfect chance.
Keep your guard up.
Deal force.
I'll help.
I won't lose.
Thanatos jail.
Flames protect us.
Okay. If I use Sword Ordos, I should be able to do a little bit of healing as well.
Let's
stop now,
coming
Lane!
right up! Sword! Order!
Gonna be necessary considering they can just spam Earthquaker like that.
Activating drive.
Chance!
Activating drive.
Ugh.
Attack their weakness with an art! Lights protect us!
Keep your guard up.
See.
You can do this.
Lights protect us!
Point bullets.
Certain uncontrol!
Over here! All for you! Here goes!
Vandalize rated gun.
Activating skill! Boost gauge limiter unlocked! Tetra! Here goes!
And triggered arc flare.
You can do this.
Yuski alla have Almata!
Bring it on!
It's really not good.
Go all out! Certain arts will work better! Time to go all out!
Make it count.
Attack their weakness with an art!
We should go
Give it your all!
Stay put! Go, Catra!
I'm gonna use the satellite cure.
Pull out all the stops!
Satellite cure.
I owe you!
Perfect chance!
I could really use a double helping of Flaming Prayer.
Flames, give us strength! Perfect chance!
Activating skill.
Give me power! You're finished! Ignis! Rampage! Chance!
Yes!
Boost gauge upgraded.
Okay.
Some art should really hurt.
They're both fully stunned. Silvery Cross will hit them both.
Pull out all the stops!
Let's
stop now,
coming
Lane.
right up! Silvery! Cross! Please!
Got it! It's over!
Light!
You're crushed!
Cut the go!
Okay, that's both down. Nice. No, wait. Shit. That one's still alive. But not for long.
Make it count.
Just gonna do a normal attack.
We should go on
Give
the
it your
attack.
all!
You got this!
Okay.
Yeah, no need to overrun it yet. Just attack, attack, attack.
I think I've grown a little.
I'm powered up!
Okay, got a bunch of level ups for my hollow cores, and got runway, which I also need to grind up now.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited!
Law and Gray up. You had to equip 100% death blow resistance because they can spam that dread scream so much.
I'll check out the arena.
Seems the anti-immigration activists are getting more vocal again. You know, I've heard there are even anti-immigration terrorist groups now. I'll have to keep my guard up. Maybe it's a true grievance brigade. I mean, they did attack the International Forum in Crossbow a few years ago. Seems they haven't learned a lesson yet. The reason I've been able to survive in the shadows for so long is because I'm sensitive to danger. But it's hard to tell what lengths these terrorists are willing to go to. Guess I just need to be on guard. I don't really mind doing work in the service industry, but the stress of it all really gets to me sometimes. Anyway, don't you think the events at the arena have been pretty popular lately? Maybe I should place a few bets to let loose a little. Hey Fixer, it's been a while since you've shown your faces down here, don't you think? It looks like the forces behind the scenes have started making more noise lately. There's a pretty good chance they'll be setting their sights on you soon. Remember to keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, I figured. What's with the legacy and the nuke? With the legacy and the nuke, we've been in the spotlight a little too much lately. Could you maybe explain who exactly these forces are? So far, I've heard about Hayway and a few Jaeger Corps. It sounds like Hayway's got something up their sleeve. Oh, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. We need to be more careful going forward. The fact that we lack information at the moment puts us at a disadvantage. Right, let's switch up our path while we go around the Blacklight District, just in case. Almata's legacy, huh? If it really is a nuclear weapon, we're in for some trouble. There's a good chance you all will be targeted soon, so be careful, right? Welcome back, friends. Glad to see you're safe. Heard you had a fight with the Society's Oathbreaker. To think the DG Cole would rise again. I couldn't have predicted that in a million years. Sounds like you know a lot about this stuff, Morgan. Well, I was just helping to gather information for the guild. Had to learn a lot about all the Paradise locations in the Republic. Pretty impressive, right? I've been working with the military police force. Even got involved with the Growlswearer at one point. Try to keep my distance, though. I didn't realize. Wait, do you know what was going to happen on Nemeth Island? No idea. I know the place is technically part of the Republic, but it's really just some random remote island. I did hear that Paradise was crushed by the Society in a separate operation, though. I'm sure that's something the intelligence agencies were aware of, but nobody in the underworld had the clue. Well, I'm sure it was a hell of an operation. Yes, I've only heard about it in rumors, but I heard they used the Society to destroy them. And that's how the remnants ended up. Well, I'm glad we were able to put an end to it all. Yes, although I do have some regrets. Swin Nadia. Well, anyway, I'm glad to see you're all safe. Try to rest and recuperate for now, alright? It's been over 10 years already. Time certainly flies. I got so scared when I heard the Oathbreaker show up, but I'm glad to see you're safe. I mean, that guy's just the worst. Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if he planned to blow up the whole island. Anyway, I'm sure you've got plans. Just remember to rest and recuperate, alright?
That's all the weather news we have.
This is A and this is B. Oh, look, the G can be for Gabriella. That's Mommy's name. I made sure to learn that letter first. Yoda, you really are an angel. Wait, no, G should be for Gigant and Guided Missile. Mommy's taught me so much already. It's like she knows everything, even how to give the best hugs. All I want is to give Yoda a good life, so I figure it might be best I send him to Sunday school. But I can't just allow him to go above all by himself, can I? I mean, who knows what could happen during his classes? I have to be there. That means I'd have to close the store pretty often, though, which I do.
For the latest news from our news desk.
I wonder what Yoda would look like while sighting. Oh, even the fuzz is adorable.
The Tyrell Times.
Cuff, I need to get my boy in Sunday school. It's for his future.
Announcement of a new collaborative.
Do me a favor and decide already.
The Northern Borscht. Huff huff, 10,000 punches a day. No, it's gotta be more. If I'm gonna have any chance of being that bastard, I have to do more. Strangely enough, my days seem pretty fulfilling now. The thought of revenge really lights up a fire in the soul, huh? That bastard, he beat every single one of the arena's challengers, by himself no less. Walter, even defeated that one Jaeger with the robot. No way that guy's normal. After chasing defeat myself, I get it. I wasn't a rep because I was the champ. But being hit around a few times has really helped liven me up some.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
Okay, there should be new fish, I think. I need Carmine Crab Big Catch. Hey there, care to have some fun before you go? Just don't get too naughty, alright? So when I left Messelam, I handed ownership of my shop over to this girl that's practically my sister. Anyway, she sent me a letter recently, told me that a few old friends had stopped by. Oh really? Thought I heard that he was heading that way. Well, whatever, it's nice to know all the good Dingo's done really has been helping people in the long run. Here's hoping his soul's resting in peace. I'll drink to that. Did you hear what we were talking about just now? About the stuff that happened over in Messelam. I mean, you run into any stories about Dingo while you were there? Yeah, I got a chance to talk about him with one of our clients. Can't tell you all the details, but it's obvious he's left a trail of good deeds in his wake. Well, whatever he did, I'm sure it was life-changing. I imagine your client wanted to thank him for his help too. If only. Well, we were able to accept her thanks in his stead. That's gotta count for something, right? We just have to make sure to pass it on when we visit his grave. I suppose you're right. You know, I have him to thank for getting me this gig as a taxi driver. Only reason I could walk in the daylight again. It was around the time he left Messelheim to become a writer for Melb. Those were some hard times for us, but things are better now. A world without Almata. Would have been nice for Dingo to see it. That girl Dingo seems so fond of. Heard she's been doing pretty well recently. I see her articles in the Tyrell Times on occasion. Got a feeling she'll be making it big in the future, but we'll be cheering her on. That knockout competition over at the arena seems pretty popular. But the crowd gets so noisy sometimes, well, I guess it's a good way for Scum to let off steam. By the way, the arena events are all sponsored by the same person. They're the big boss of the Blacklight District. Don't show their face very often, but you can be sure to trust them. I've been able to round up a lot of quality girls today. Sure, they're all beginners, but just you wait. They'll be our top sellers in no time. That's great, but are you really going to bring them in all at once? And you said they're all beginners. Don't you think Eden might be a little too advanced for them? Oh, don't worry. I'll just ask Mistress about it. But until she agrees, you'll have to take care of them in the meantime. Well, I guess we don't have a choice. I actually wasn't intending to scout more girls today. My talent-seeking abilities are scary sometimes. But it's no big deal. Mistress will take care of it.
Ah, you fancy these two, huh?
I know I can be a little scatterbrained at times, but there's one thing I'll always remember. And that's, okay, actually, I forgot. Well, that's fine. Probably wasn't important anyway. Let's keep drinking until we forget everything. As long as I don't think too hard about things, I'll stay happy forever. So come on, let's drink till we drop. Nymph Island, huh? From what I heard, they were trying to carry out some grand human experiment. The DG cult. Could have sworn they were destroyed years ago. Karma really can be a bitch sometimes. Look, just forget I say anything, alright? I only pray that those spirits have found peace. But do I even have the right? Oh, Van, where have you been? You had me so worried. Only I'm allowed to kill you, alright? Me, your lover. She's gonna cause a dead end and we're gonna have to reload and never talk to her again. Do you even hear yourself? And what do you mean, lover? Well, I just get so upset without you. It's so lonely down here, after all. I long to feel a touch of another. To feel my blade sink into their flesh. Is touching the same as stabbing for you? I see you haven't changed. You should probably keep your distance, Van. I swear I'm not her boyfriend. It's been a while since I've heard him say that. Whenever I see a strong man, I can't help. No, maybe a book will help me calm down. How about the one with all those torture methods? Hey, is she really alright? No clue. All I know is she won't listen to the thing we say to her. I'll try to take the clerk's advice to heart. So to recap, the lengths of the top and bottom have to balance out, and then I need to make sure the colors match. Oh, this is so complicated. I already feel my confidence slipping. I'll be honest, dealing with my manager, Dahlia, isn't always easy. She's all about work and nothing but. But she was the one who poached me back when I was working at a apparel store in Valis. I'm still shocked that she did that. And while coming to RMM's Calvary Republic branch was my choice in the end of the day, so I can't really complain. Launching an official website and updating it on a regular basis seems to be doing a fine job of pulling more customers in. Other companies will be following our example before long though, so we can't afford to rest on our laurels. It's imperative that RMN cements its position at the top of the fast fashion world. To that end, we need to stay too. No free steps ahead of our competitors when it comes to business development.
Anything of interest?
Okay, so our new piece of equipment. Blue down jacket.
We hope you'll have a fabulous...
Guess what? I went and bought myself a T-phone today. Actually, not just one, but two. One for my husband and the other will be for me and Bart to share. I even arranged a 2-year payment plan. New technology is so exciting, don't you think? I just can't wait to start it up. Mom and Dad decided they were going to buy a T-phone recently. I can't believe we're gonna have the latest in tech in our house. I mean, I guess it's cool. I've been working at the Verne store for a while now, but I learned something new every day. I mean, back in Cray Village, Boss Goddard taught me so much. But technology hasn't stopped progressing since then. That means I have some catching up to do. Oh right, Lashkar's been doing a little better recently. I think he's even starting to have a more positive outlook on his future. He really is a good kid. I intend to do everything I can to make sure he's alright from now on.
Sample a range of imported goods from the liberal kingdom.
I also mean to carry the memory of everyone we lost for the rest of my life. Still, I know I shouldn't get too caught up in the past. I believe that Mom and Dad and the boss are all cheering me on from the gods' side. And that's enough to keep me going. I'll become the best engineer I've ever seen. I've been getting a lot of questions about how to use a T-phone lately, and the only reason I've been able to answer them is because I have my own. Well, actually, the manager only gave it to me so I could understand how it works. Thanks to that, I'm very familiar with all of its functions now. Any problems the customers have experienced, I'm experienced too. My dog was using my T-phone like a chew toy the other day. The thing's practically covered in teeth marks. I mean, I'm glad my dog didn't swallow anything, but I'm really hoping the damage can be fixed.
The T-phone.
It's been about 4 months since I became the manager. You know, I actually used to work at Valis Investment Bank's main office. While I was still employed there, I took an interest in the Verne Company's products, and I found that Republic rather fascinating as well. So when I received an offer to become the manager of a Verne store, I immediately accepted. I still think it was the right choice for me. I used to work at Valis Investment Bank's main office. Working at the bank was enjoyable enough, but I'm happy with where I am today as well.
That's Trion Tower? It's huge.
Trion Tower, this is the year I captured your essence on canvas. I swear upon the bristles of my brush. Trying to do so from afar proved unsatisfactory, so this time I switched up my approach. By drawing it from up-close perspective, I'll be able to capture His Majesty once and for all. And then I'll be able to proudly declare that I've conquered Trion Tower.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
You really should at least give her like an incomplete sketch or something here.
You'll also find the ferns.
Sounds like the stage is really heating up today. You'll want to stop by again tomorrow though. Why? Because Mishy's going to be holding another show. Sure, he does them on a regular basis, but each one makes my heart soar all the same. Oh, and guess what? Mishy's up on the observation deck at this very second. If you hurry, you might still be able to catch him. Okay, go up.
Whoa! What an amazing view!
Twice as tall as the Great Spire, huh? Whoever built this must have been compensating for something.
We're finally here together.
Providing a panoramic view of the entire capital.
She looks like she's bursting with joy. Wonder why.
Please relax and enjoy the heavenly...
So Mishy is here today. Oh wow, I'm so glad I asked the security downstairs. You know, I've actually been doing a lot of thinking about Mishy lately. This version isn't as refreshing to look at as the old one, but I'm sure the new Mishy's trying his best. Honestly, I think I might even like the new fur texture. Yeah, this one's just as good as the others. Trion Tower was designed around 50 years ago by Professor Epstein.
Observation deck.
Having such a famous person involved in the creation of the capital's landmark is a source of great pride for our city. Whoa, is that true? I had no idea. Well, I think it was a while before that fact was made known to the general public.
Please relax.
For those wanting to take a photo with Mishy, please line up here. And don't forget to buy one of our limited edition Trion Tower picture frames. I'm here to play a Trion Tower today. Edith is so big, I guess it goes to show how very small my own world is. God, you found me. How did you suss out the location of my secret spy lair? Well, you're too late. The whistleblower documentation is long gone. My comrades are taking it to the authorities as we speak. It's only a matter of time before the police descend on your mansion. Your days of swindling are numbered, Andro.
Please relax.
Who the heck's Andro? I think we just got sucked into our world of make-believe. If you intend to kill me, then go ahead and get it over with. But know this, Andro, you've lost, and nothing will change that fact. Miss Rosalia, the president has informed me that he will be unable to attend tea today. He offered his sincere condolences. Some rare, unfortunate business matters have cropped up in recent days. Oh, it's alright, I understand. Thank you for telling me. You know, now that I think about it, my father has contributed quite extensively to the capital's townscape, has he not? Indeed he has. Not only did the president aid in the formation of Edith's financial foundations, but he did so for the overall republic as well. And today he spends his time traveling cross-country looking for investors to help spread his wealth to the surrounding areas. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Perhaps my father deserves a more filial daughter. Unless, do you think I'm capable of growing into someone my father could take pride in? Yes, Mr. Rosalia, I surely do. You're quite the sensible girl, after all. Not to mention, all those lessons you've learned and the connections you've made will lead you to heights never before seen. The President had dinner plans with Miss Rosalia today, but he was pulled away unexpectedly. That's why he asked I bring her to the observation deck instead. He wants me to show her all he's been working towards. I hope this proves to be a formative experience for her.
Relax and enjoy the heavenly preview.
I never really knew what was in my father's heart. Maybe that's why I didn't make much of an effort to understand him. But now that I'm finally seeing his true colors, I feel happy, proud even. The more I learn, the more I see the amazing man and father who loves and cares about me. Out of nowhere, Dad told us he wanted to come to Trion Tower. He can really be childish sometimes. Well, I guess it does make for a nice change of pace. Should be staying at home all the time. The test for Aramis is over now. I can't stop thinking about how hard it was. I need to keep calm. I mean, I did everything I could to prepare myself. I even calculated my own score. The Trion Tower, it's reminding me of how high the bar is for getting into Aramis. I need to keep calm. I mean, I did everything I could to prepare myself. I even calculated my own score. My son finally finished taking his entrance exam, so I figured it might be nice to go out somewhere to celebrate as a family. After all, it's been a while since we've spent time together, and we haven't been to Trion Tower in just as long. I'm glad they seem to be having fun. According to the schedule, the Aramis entrance exam results will be sent out tomorrow. No, I can't start doubting my son now. No matter what the results are, I'll have his back.
Well?
We've always had issues seeing eye to eye, but I'm glad we have the chance to bond with one another again. I just hope this outing will be enough to set Curtis at ease. I wonder when we last came to Trion Tower. Wait, did my husband bring us here to pray for Curtis? Well, I suppose I have heard that people come here to pray on occasion. In that case... Oh gods, please, please, please bless Curtis with a happy and successful high school life. Actually, everyone in this family seems to be on a different wavelength at the moment. No matter, I'll take this opportunity to pray for Curtis' success. Gods, please bless us. Oh, the observation decks are lively today. Man, I love when there's a crowd. That way I don't have to see the view. Please don't tell the others about this.
Huh? Hey, isn't that...
It's Sarah and Shahina! They must be visiting the capital.
Yeah, those two are in the same agency as I am now. They're here to promote some of their work.
A range of imported goods.
I submitted my attempt at a stylish and ad concept to my clients, but they said it was too tacky and abstract, so it's back to the drawing board. Excuse me for being a generation behind the curve, I guess. So the reparations bubble made it feel like the sky was the limit. That's what convinced me that I could hack it freelance in the first place. God, losing faith in myself won't fix anything. I just need to make the latest trends mesh with my style. Our store carries a drink called the Grand Chardonnay. It's a vintage wine that has been made more affordable in recent years. We also have an aged Grand Chardonnay in our storehouse. Its flavor is like none other, I assure you. If you're seeking a beverage that's representative of our culture, then look no further.
All our products are shipped directly from the borough.
Okay, Grand Chardonnay SP.
You'll find Trion Tower.
Oh, you're right. Sayla is terrible with all kinds of scary stuff. We went to go see a horror movie one time, and you should have seen how pale her face was when we left. Poor thing. Well, I'm sure it made for a fun memory. You know, I get that you two have to keep working so hard, but I worry you're going to overdo it soon. Oh, don't worry. We always make sure to take our breaks. Although we have been talking about going on hiatus for a bit. Alright then, I guess that makes me feel a little better. Anyway, I should get going. Let me know when you have some free time again. Yeah, for sure. Chatting with Lua never fails to brighten my mood. It's a relief to know that things are slowly picking up with her idol career. I plan to look out for her in whatever way I can. That's what friends do, after all. And it's nice that Daphne and I can still hit it off like before. Sure, there's a few generations between us, but we just get each other, you know? She even comes to cheer us on at all of her shows. No amount of thanks is enough for that. Once again, I find myself here, staring at all these delicious tarts that I will not buy. I'm dutifully applying self-restraint. After I save up enough money, I can indulge on all the limited edition spring tarts my heart craves. That's precisely why I'm skipping meals so I can save on future food expenses. Headquarters recently sent out a survey inviting each of our storefronts to propose new confection ideas for the coming season. Until now, the company's development division would always decide future product lines unilaterally. It would seem the change in our leadership has brought about a more open workplace culture as well. He's right, back when my father was in charge, the various departments were fairly sequestered from one another. It's nice to know things are changing for the better. No doubt.
Hello there!
Okay, Quincy Cake. A little while ago, the news was talking about those monstrous anti-immigration terrorists. Those criminals are giving the old nobility a bad name, and now innocent people such as myself are being caught in the crossfire. Those of the old nobility must have the breadth of mind to accept all people and cultures. Well, it isn't Anya's and Van, and Elaine's here as well. Oh, I see. You must be doing that job you were talking about. That's right. It's nice to see you, Mr. Powell. Glad to see you. Sorry it's been so long since our last meetup. Anyway, you guys having a little after-work get-together. I wouldn't call it a get-together, really. It's more so a celebration to recognize all our hard work. You see, we finally finished grading all the entrance exams. Oh, I suppose it is that time of year, isn't it? Between you and me, I'm pretty excited to see this new batch of students. They're bound to be a real treat. Well, setting that aside, you're that famous Arkwright, aren't you? Famous? You left quite the impression on Powell, you know. He talks about you every chance he gets. Both you and Beauty's Blade seem like you were always attracting some kind of attention to yourselves. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Of course Van was a problem child. Watch it. Actually, you'd be surprised. Most of my memories of him are rather positive. This year's examinees were very impressive. I had more than a few of their answers take me by surprise. I'm confident they'll be able to shoulder the future of the Republic once they're older. I suppose being a teacher really is rewarding.
It's a cutting-edge piece of global technology that's lighting...
Time certainly does fly by, doesn't it? It was a pleasure catching up with you, Van. You as well, Elaine. I invited Miss Toa and Miss Sonia along as well, but both claimed to have our business to attend to. Oh well, I suppose there's always next time.
To the Trion Mall.
Observing Trion Mall's facilities and services has given me some insight on their business tendencies. For instance, their propensity for external companies and foreign brands. Of course, that in itself is far from unusual for a shopping center. But the way they go about it is more flexible than most. They even managed to pull in the Quincy company despite being funded by Central Eastern Capital. It's impressive to be certain. Another point worth noting is Trion Mall's extensive use of their stage for entertainment purposes. They had a few Central Eastern dancers performing today, and recent word of mouth tells me there are Mishy shows periodically as well. On that subject, Mishy was originally a product of Crossbell State funded by one of Ballison Investment Bank's rivals. They purchased the rights to him legitimately, but co-opting the symbol a competitor utilized for one's own benefit is certainly something.
Here you'll find...
We've reached a free time portion of our tour, so everyone else should be mid-shopping spree at the mall right now. I used to go around and make some purchases of my own during these breaks.
And other various shops.
But almost every tour we give comes here at some point. It's kind of killed the magic for me right now.
The new liberal boutique.
If I stay at this company, they'll just work me like a dog until my very last breath. That's why I've decided to aim for an early retirement. After I make some successful investments and get an income stream going, I can pull out of the company and just manage my portfolio once in a while. Nothing like setting a goal to give you a second wind. Step number 1 is to open a brokerage account and start trading. The most common inquiries I get at this window regard financing for Valis-based enterprises. Their continued expansion into Calvert over these last few years will likely force many Republican businesses into making major changes. When competition drives companies to grow like this, our livelihoods become comparatively richer for it. There's truly never a dull moment in the stock market. That's what I find worthwhile about this line of work. It's a little disappointing these two don't get any unique BGM here for their performance. Instead, it's just a normal background music. Sora, Shahina, you're amazing out there.
Hi, Fairy and friends. We sure didn't expect to bump into you here. Yes, life is so hectic that we haven't been able to stay in touch. It really has been too long.
Since the end of the year, at least, glad to see you're holding up okay. Yeah, you two really shredded your stuff back there. Looks like you managed to put some pep in that step you were having problems with too.
We have you watching our rehearsals to thank for that, Judith. Once again, it's wonderful to see you, Van. And everyone else too, of course.
Yeah, talk about a lucky break. I mean, we didn't even have to make an appointment first. Sounds like destiny to me. Right, sis?
Shahina, please.
1 minute in and they're already making a scene. I saw the Saga of Ravana, by the way. Not a character I expect you to get cast as. You're natural at acting, though. Who would have guessed? Personally, I found it to be very challenging, but it was a valuable learning experience. Anyway, it's a relief to know you two are the same as ever. What about Adventures of Rockford? No kidding. Hey, that's not true. I've definitely changed. See, I've got Sexy Lady written all over me now. Not from where I'm standing. Your confidence is commendable, however. Don't worry, Shahina, you still have time. We can work at it together. Great, now I've got Fairy feeling sorry for me. Jokes aside though, Sora's gotten a whole lot foxier, don't you think? Me? Shahina, what are you saying? Now that she mentions it, I have to agree. Too true, having your dancing appreciated by so many people has made a real positive impact. If you didn't have the makings of a star before, you definitely do now. It's like all your charms are coming out of full force. I'm guessing you finally managed to accept yourself, huh? Seriously though, you make a real splash in the industry with a little sexy rebranding. Take my word for it. Shiv, not you too. Hey, you have a big time star vouching for you. That's as good a sign as you can hope for. Well, if you think so, man, I'll give it my best effort. Just be careful not to let any sleazebags out there take advantage of you. Believe me, they'll be being a path to your door from here on out. That's fine. Guys like that aren't her type anyway. Really? Then what is? Moving on. I'm sure you're all very busy. And we have another performance to prepare for. Good point. Sorry for holding you up. Oh, Sora. Anyway, see you around, guys. Bye-bye. What a beautiful pair of sisters, and I think they're on such close terms with you. That aside, they're doing remarkably well in spite of all they've been through this past year. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're rooting for them.
There isn't.
Shahina and I will be in the capital for a few more days before our tour moves on to its next leg. Unfortunately, we do have a performance coming up in a bit, so maybe we can talk longer another time. Yeah, we should go eat at Montmar again. Alright, sounds like a plan. You two can teach me some more dance moves too.
Boutiques?
I'm here to see the adventures of Rockford and 3-Point Heat again. Each watch feels as fresh as the first, and the acting so layered I can always pick out something new about it. I typically binge 2 movies in a row though, so my days end up zipping by just like that. Film culture has gradually become more and more widespread in Edith, and our theater is at the forefront. A couple of our cinemas have opened recently, but as you can see, we're the ones that have had the most success. Perhaps we'll consider opening another branch in Nessalem, or even Farbad.
Step right up.
Okay.
Have a ticket? Please proceed.
What's playing? Pon the Crop Muncher leaving soon. How many people will be joining you? Okay, let's go with Katra. Elaine. 3 tickets for Pon the Crop Muncher. It'll all be 600 mirror total. Ben decided to let everyone loose so he could watch a movie during his work break. After inviting some company to tag along with him, they made their way to the theater. A boy named Nicholas found a baby crop muncher named Pon, who he raises in secret from his parents, and the two become fast friends. But one day he walks into his family garden and finds the fields and apple trees vandalized. Oh no! And the culprit is none other than Pon, driven to carry out this garden variety crime due to his instincts as a monster. No! Nicholas berates Pon, causing tears to well up in the little creature's eyes. The next day, Pon is nowhere to be seen. 3 years later, 3 years pass. One day, Nicholas hears about a pest digging up the fields in the nearby village, and he decides to pay them a visit. Feelings of hope and dread take hold of Nicholas's heart as he ponders where he will be reuniting with his old friend. And when he arrives, he finds a monster digging up a field. It was without a doubt Pon.
Pon, why are you digging up the field? There are holes everywhere. You promised over and over again that you'd stop doing this. I trusted you. You really are a monster. Why did I ever think we could be friends? I wish I never met you. There he goes, off into the forest. Hold on. This farm looks abandoned. I don't think anyone's lived here in years. I don't see any crops around, so why would he... No. I had it all wrong. He wasn't digging for crops, he was plowing the fields. What have I done? Wait! Come back, Pon! Pon!
Holy shit, did that have a happy ending or not? It didn't take long for the story to get its hooks in me, given my relationship with Theo and Zeros. Although I'm not sure if you can really compare AI with living creatures. And why would you want to? Both of them are an important part of your life. Oh yes, I suppose you're right. So what are the most important things in your life, Van? Perhaps it's sweets or your truck. I mean, I like sweets, but I wouldn't call them the most important thing. The truck's up there, though. My partner's a beaut. Sniffle. Hey, are you crying? Of course not, though I do feel bad for the two of them. Pon certainly was cute, though. I wonder if they plan to sell merchandise of him. Same old Elaine. If cuteness could kill, she'd be a dead woman. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. So they have a happy ending or not? We only get an excerpt of the movie, not the full thing. Having finished their break, Van his crew resumed their work. Oh jeez, I think my scar is starting to run. They were such good friends, but they were torn apart. Ugh, it's just so sad. Getting a little misty-eyed, are we? Guess it's safe to say this one's a winner for you. Where's the sequel where they get back together? They have to make it. So it really was a sad ending. Damn. This is so surprisingly depressing films in this lineup, huh? Yeah, I doubt this will get a sequel. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah, I just have to write a fanfic where they get back together. Oh, Kyle's been practicing his fishing like a madman over at the Memorial Park. I couldn't be prouder to call him my grandson.
Anything you want?
All-purpose rod, expand reeling angle, increase odds of hooking a big one. Oh, that probably I should have gotten this one first before spending all that time fishing.
Feast your eyes on this.
Well, now any other place would likely consider these vegetables to be substandard. Growing them organically, however, has allowed their flavors to truly shine through. What do you say to supplying my stand with your family's produce? I'll even pay you above market price. Huh? It's just as I said, miss. Think you could start bringing them in tomorrow? Yes, of course. Thank you so much. No, I should be thanking you. I don't believe it. Romaine actually agreed to carry a produce. Thank goodness, I went on a limb. Must have taken no small amount of effort to raise vegetables like these organically. I haven't made a contract this satisfying in quite some time.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Veggie juice. I went over to R&M at the Trion Mall the other day and took a look at their selection. You can buy fashionable clothes for so cheap over there. How's anyone supposed to compete with that? My own sales have been slipping lately. I've got to shake things up somehow. Long time no see, Spriggan. I'm told that all business of Almata's legacy has you on the move lately. You could say that. News travels fast, huh? Only in the form of rumors, really. Truth be told, I assume things in the underworld would settle down a bit now that Almata's out of the picture. The fact that I'm still hearing of them only proves how much of an impact they made.
Well?
Almata's been a way of lingering long after they're supposed to be gone. It's just plain crazy how much their presence still hangs in the air. You never can know when an old card game will cycle back into popularity again. That's simply the nature of trends, though, isn't it? I'm just happy to see the younger folks having fun. Oh hey, Anya's. Should have figured the stuff you had to take care of this afternoon would be your part-time job again. Yes, it's something I couldn't afford to skip out on. What about you, Odette? Just browsing records? Yep, I was thinking we needed some more choices for what kind of music to play on campus during the festival. My mind keeps circling back to if Swin and Nadia are alright, though. I know they said it's only temporary, but what the heck could have called them back to Remy Ferry all of a sudden? I don't know the details myself, sorry to say. Don't go stressing yourselves out. They'll be back before you know it. Those kids are the type to follow through on their word, all in all. You've got a point there. We'll just have to keep the faith and sit tight then. I've got my own responsibilities to focus on anyway. There's only a few weeks to go before a festival. Yeah, that's the spirit. Odette, I'll do my part as well. We'll make this event one to remember. I wonder what happened to Albert. He was supposed to come help me out today. Well, whatever. Can't let that distract me from sifting through all these hoons. I hear Seven Hearts has been all the rage lately. We amuse ourselves with multiplayer card games like that when I was a young man too. This takes me back to the days when Belinda and I would go a few rounds with each other on train trips.
Oh, hello!
Amber Turtle. Kane said he wants to help me more in the kitchen, but our frying pan at home is a tad large, so I decided to get another one just for him. Hey, he really is a sweet kid, always thinking of his dear old dad. Never knew there were so many types of frying pans. They've got aluminum, copper, steel. Which one should I get? If it's an Arab luxury you're after, might suggest a bit of Behemodyne brandy. Among them, Steinros is the real deal. A sip of that will have you feeling like a proper imperial noble. Here's the orange you wanted, by the way. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy getting my hands on this thing. Nice, you always pull through, Malcolm. I owe you big time.
What's it gonna be?
Raspberry cannelle. And Soul Chef pastries. Rami's passion for coffee genuinely astounds me, at times. With enough perseverance, she's bound to surpass even me as a barista someday.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
Waltham curry. Dark roast coffee jelly. I keep trying to study Mr. Ward's technique, but the coffee rabbit hole goes a lot deeper than I realized. Brewing the way he does is challenging, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. If you call yourself an enthusiast, don't make me laugh. All you ever do is dilute your coffee with bilge and tripe. Oh, so that's how you wanted to play it? Tell you what then, I'll drink it black just this once. But in exchange, you have to try a cafe latte. Alright, at the very least, you'll have a chance to see how foolish you were. Ward, can you bring this young miss your finest cup of my usual? And your extra finest cafe latte for him as well. As you wish. So that's how the rivalry ends up, huh? You know, I'm not so confident you'll be able to appreciate the rich flavor of coffee taken black. I could say the same thing about you and lattes, pal. So in other words, your goal is not to question each individual merit and pitfall of the President's policy measures. Rather, you wish to delve into what it is they're working toward, that is to say, their long-term prospects. That's correct. After all, policies are nothing more than measures through which an ideal nation is created. I believe it best to make the Republican Party's stance apparent. We're here to make sure all the facts are laid out on the table. We can't just blindly agree with the current administration, after all. Forward-thinking nations must have polarity. I see, you're just as Rock Smith said you'd be. Thankfully, I've yet to lose sight of our party's ideals. If only I could say the same with the ours. Well, no matter. I look forward to hearing you speak at the upcoming debate, Ryan. It would seem Ryan has redirected the bitterness of his past hardships into bettering himself. He is most certainly one to look out for. Not many senators share in his background. Fewer still have the mettle to challenge into such forward-thinking ideology. I have great expectations of him, if only for the vital experience and perspective he can provide. Naturally, the Republican Party should actively select policies appropriate for these modern times, rather than clinging only to convention. By that same token, it must also consider what kind of society said policies can promise to our nation and its people. With that standpoint in mind, I believe it's high time we clarify our stance. The market's offerings are gradually starting to cycle out now we're on the tail of winter. I'm practically bursting with excitement for the spring vegetables to remain the our grocers will have in stock. Not to get too ahead of myself, but I've got a whole slew of new recipes in the works right now.
What can I get for you?
Avocado burger.
Got what I have on offer.
It's easy to get put off by the way durian smell, but my mom says they taste amazing. People just need to give them a try. You should buy one and see for yourself. Today we have the king of all fruits, the durian. They may be out of season right now, but the quality is second to none. Don't be shy about trying one out. The more off-putting the smell, the greater the flavor. For the best experience, however, you'll want to let them ripen an extra 2 to 3 days. That's when the aroma and taste will be at their peak. You won't be able to get enough, no doubt.
Well, let me know if you need anything at all.
Banana chips. We can't actually buy durian here.
Hey, welcome!
There's Kelly. Tiger's got that longing look in his eyes. Doesn't seem like he's all that hungry though. Maybe he wants something to give to another cat. There's Cowley. Peggy and I often leave Tiger leftover bony bits from the fish I cleaned. But for whatever reason, he doesn't seem all that enthused about them today. Can't exactly afford to just give him our valuable merchandise, but I'll see what doesn't sell come closing time and go from there. Welcome, what can I get you today? All of our fishies are fresh, guaranteed. If you don't believe me, just ask that kitty cat over there. The Central East has so many spices. What if I use these to come up with my own original curry? That would give me some girl boss points for sure, right? They say eating meat makes you happier, and you know what? They're absolutely right. So step right up and grab yourself a nice juicy piece of heaven. It's not all about the sales for me though. I just love seeing my customers smile. That's why I'm giving out extra large servings today.
What can I get for you?
Camel sausage. I believe precious metals and gemstones to be an excellent investment, yes. But they're not the sort of thing an untrained eye should even consider getting involved with. I've seen countless people crash and burn with nothing to blame for it but their own greed. Ultimately, it's best to keep hold of these baubles simply because you enjoy them. What the? When did you two get to Edith? Hey, I was actually about to reach out to you. How's that for a coincidence? It's been a while, guys. Save for Aaron and Lem anyway. Jack, Hal, a pleasure to see you. Any particular reason you came to the capital? No, it's just that Longport's quieted down a lot lately. We figured if there was action to be had, it'd be here, so we made a trip of it. I wouldn't say much of note has happened since Namath Island, though. We are on the hunt for a couple of runaway kids, but you've never met them, so I won't bother you with the details. That's so. Well, we'll let you know if we hear anything suspicious. Backing up a bit, you said Longport's quieted down. What about Hayway? Nothing's official yet, but they pretty much got everything squared away. Just the way Sal wants it too. Shush, figures. We got the whole story back on the island, but that doesn't make me any less pissed. It's a lot to take in. Sal affecting to start his own family. Up until now, I have laughed at the idea, but if anyone can pull it off, it's him. On a related note, Old Gian and Fanlu are here in town too. Are they now? What for? I guess they have a whole slew of things to sort out now that Sal's left the Lu family. Could also be that they're just here to talk business. Whatever the case, it's not likely to have anything to do with our current objective. Yeah, we should focus on what we're dealing with at the moment. Best of luck. You're keeping an ear out for some garden master guy, right? Anything comes up, we'll pass it along. But in the meantime, I think I'll mosey into the capital's gambling scene and see if I can't make a few waves. Just don't get in over your head. I'm not looking to clean up after your messes. In fact, maybe I ought to come along and keep you from making any. Well, isn't that precious? You got your very own chaperone. Oh, stuff it. We've got a pretty decent handle on what went down at Namath Island. Can't say the same about where the Oathbreaker went, though. Doesn't seem like Ouroboros' other members are up to anything major either. But you can't be too careful after your getaway gone wrong, especially when it comes to those twins. You watch our backs and we'll watch yours, just like we did in Longport. Been too long since my last romp in Edith. Would love to play it fast and loose, don't get me wrong. But we've got monkey business going on all over the Republic right now, Longport included. Gonna have to make like the information I am and gather some intel. I'll be sure to keep my ear to the ground for any gab on those kids that ran out on you too. Behemodyne, what's up?
A new tip just came in, fresh off the grapevine. I had a feeling you'd be in need of a refill right about now.
Thoughtful as ever, lay it on us. Right, you see, something curious has been going on over the condemned sector of the Blacklight District. The condemned sector? It's a dilapidated corner of the district, the one where that red fairy appeared. Certain brands of criminals hit it up when they're looking to get away with whatever they want. So what's the sitch over there? Well, lately, rumor has it that a stranger has been going in and out of the area. Now, I can't say where this next part is necessarily related, but apparently the monsters that frequent the condemned sector have been found killed by what appears to be needles. What? Like the needle gun? Needles? Or Nadia? Does that mean it was Nadia? Sorry, hun, but I can only tell you what I've heard. Not to worry, this lead should prove more than sufficient. We'll want to investigate this straight away. Yeah, let's gear up and head out. Thanks, Behemodyne, I owe you one. Let's call it on the house and leave it at that. If you need anything else, my line's always open. Alright, I should probably go take a look at that Marchen Garten dungeon. Wooded cavern. Okay. Let's go for upgrade items so I can get more skill stones.
Time to start sniffing around.
Leave it to me!
I'll take
The star has arrived!
Oh, these are some scary looking foes. Shit, they want me to fight 3 demons at once.
Let's begin, shall we? Now is a good time for a talk.
Think fast!
Now won't take long.
Oh.
All your shards.
The Guardian, We must subdue it.
The time is
Just spam Dualizer for now.
Do you keep up with me? A chance.
The time is ripe for a shard boost.
I'll turn the tide. Get ready! Chance!
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Here we go, Bear!
Get going, Dan!
Okay.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Time to pump it up!
Let's see. Just do Howling Roar. Rapid Onslaught. Radiant Sunray because I'm buffed up.
I'll let you hand.
Here it comes! Radiant! Sunray!
Okay, that's all a decent amount.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Our chance!
Okay. And Van is tanking away there, fortunately.
Certain arts seem to work better.
Don't go easy on them.
Activating drive.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Let's just do this.
Make it count!
There!
I'll cover you!
Here goes.
Okay. Crystal Eden.
Initiating drive.
And just spam Rapid Onslaught. So I can get all my CP back, hopefully. No!
It's go time!
Man, that sucks.
Don't go easy on them.
Here goes! Let's go, Kincaid!
Please freeze. Yes, it worked, sort of. Well placed code, actually.
Let's party!
Transmitting code! Activate! Aaron!
Activating skill.
Blink and you'll miss it! Soar for me! Phoenix Dance!
Okay, leg breaker.
Get out of here!
We'll take that.
Not good. He'll be forced to revert.
Back, Dan.
Don't go easy on them.
Let's party!
Chance!
It's go time!
Okay, coin bullets.
Activating
Over
shield.
here! All for you! Up to you, Renee! Let's party!
Buff removal.
Let's go, Kincaid!
Target acquired.
Take this! Get out of here!
Go! Our chance!
Crystal Eden's gonna cost a ton.
Party! Yeah! Your move, Ketra!
Activating skill.
What?
You'll be sorry for that!
Man.
Level maximum.
Broke through my shields, too.
Keep your guard up.
Pull out all the stuff! Sucker!
Let's go, Kincaid!
Certain arts will be more potent.
Make it count!
Going all in!
Fan.
I'll turn the tide.
Get ready!
Get going, Van.
Show me what you got!
Cypher activate!
I'll place code.
Lapis code! Activate!
Haha!
Initiating drive!
Here goes!
Okay.
Going all in!
Please delay.
Blazing flat!
Damn the AoE.
Certain arts seem to work better.
Let's party!
Don't go easy on them.
It might be better to just cast Aegis Shield.
Going all in!
I'll cover you!
Here goes.
Certain arts will be more potent.
Let's party!
Going all in!
Okay, Dualizer Aaron.
Make it count!
I'll turn the tide.
Get ready!
It's go time!
Keep your guard.
Keep your guard up!
On Barrage.
Pull out all the stops!
Keep your guard.
Activating skill.
Blink! Take that, you ass!
Take that, you ass. Haha.
Too slow! Keep moving, Van!
Time for a new look!
Get going, Dan!
Okay.
Let's
Heat
party!
And double attack.
Take it!
You're next!
All right!
Nice. Exosia Ray. How good is that?
Let's party!
Certain arts seem to work better. Activating skill.
Wings! Drive them out!
Not bad.
Locking on!
Give it up.
Fire!
It's over! A chance.
And he's back.
Certain arts will be more potent.
Make it count!
Okay, Crystal Eden then.
Cypher, activate.
Oh, hell. You always do that just when I'm starting to cast with him.
Screw with me!
Boost level maximum.
Keep your guard.
Activating skill.
I've got you covered! Full boost!
Okay, Rain Sunray. Nice. I think I got him. A little tricky, but it worked out.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Probably wouldn't better have a triple mage team.
See? You get it.
Yeah, seriously. Aaron has so many crops that it's kind of hard to get him his next column bonus. Man. Seriously, look at that.
Let's polish it up.
Because I have to keep getting him MVP just because I know he's gonna need it more than most of the other guys. Ugh. Thanks for tuning this Let's Play of Trails through Daybreak 2. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.